The moon, our silent companion, muse and guide through the ages. For millennia, it has watched over us, its pale glow inspiring myths, art and dreams of what lies beyond our world. Ancient civilizations charted their calendars by its phases, navigators steered by its light, and poets found endless wonder in its changing face. Yet, for all its familiarity, the moon has always remained just out of reach, a distant, mysterious neighbor in the night sky. Then, in a moment that changed history, humanity broke free from Earth's grasp. For a brief, unforgettable time, we left footprints on its surface, a testament to human ambition, ingenuity, and the relentless desire to explore. The Apollo missions were more than technological triumphs. They were a symbol of what we could achieve when we dared to dream together. But as the years passed, the excitement faded. Lunar exploration became a memory, preserved in grainy footage and yellowed headlines. The world moved on, turning its gaze to other challenges, and the moon returned to its silent vigil, waiting patiently for our return. Now, after decades of quiet, the silence is broken. The moon calls to us again, more compelling than ever before. Advances in technology, a new generation of explorers, and a renewed sense of purpose have reignited our fascination. The questions we ask are bigger, the stakes higher, and the possibilities more profound. Today, August 11th, 2025, marks the dawn of a new space age. Around the world, eyes are fixed on the sky as rockets prepare to launch, carrying with them not just machines, but the hopes and ambitions of an entire planet. This is more than a return. It's a bold leap forward into the unknown. This resurgence is fueled by new technologies, autonomous robots, advanced propulsion systems, and habitats that can withstand the harsh lunar environment. New players have joined the race. Private companies, international coalitions, and visionary entrepreneurs, each bringing fresh ideas and motivations. The moon is no longer the exclusive domain of superpowers. It's a frontier open to all who dare to reach for it. For scientists, the moon is a treasure trove of knowledge. Its rocks and dust hold secrets about the early solar system, and its craters may hide water ice vital for future missions. For others, the moon is a strategic outpost, a stepping stone for deeper exploration, or a source of untapped resources that could transform life on Earth. Private companies now join nations in a global race, seeking water ice, rare elements, and new opportunities. Collaborations span continents, blending expertise and ambition in ways never seen before. The competition is fierce, but so is the spirit of cooperation, as humanity unites in pursuit of a common goal. The questions have changed, not just if we can go, but what we'll do when we arrive. Will we simply visit, or will we stay and build? Can we learn to live and work on another world, and what will that teach us about ourselves and our place in the universe? Will we build bases, mine resources, or use the moon as a springboard to Mars and beyond? The choices we make now will shape the future of exploration for generations to come. The moon is a proving ground, a place to test our resolve, our technology, and our vision for the future. The moon is no longer just a destination. It's humanity's first great test on a cosmic scale. As we stand on the threshold of this new era, we are reminded that the journey to the moon is not just about reaching another world, but about discovering what it means to be explorers, dreamers, and citizens of the cosmos. Amid the excitement and awe that accompany every new leap into space, it's easy to get swept up in the promise of discovery and innovation. The world watches as rockets soar skyward, carrying dreams of exploration and prosperity. Yet, beneath the surface of this enthusiasm, a more complex reality is emerging, one that demands our attention and careful consideration. Cautionary voices from within the scientific and policy communities urge us to pause and reflect on the risks that come with this new era. As we push the boundaries of what's possible, we must also confront the potential dangers that arise when ambition outpaces regulation. Dr. Michio Kaku, a renowned physicist and futurist, warns that our legal and ethical frameworks are struggling to keep up with the rapid pace of technological advancement. He emphasizes that while our rockets and rovers are reaching new frontiers, our rules and agreements remain stuck in the past. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967, crafted during the Cold War, was designed for a time when only a handful of nations could dream of reaching the moon. It remains silent on critical issues like resource extraction, property rights, and the responsibilities of private actors. As a result, it leaves many questions unanswered in today's rapidly evolving space landscape. Now, as private companies and a growing number of nations set their sights on the moon's valuable resources, these legal ambiguities are becoming more pronounced. The lack of clear guidelines creates uncertainty, and with so many new players entering the field, the stakes have never been higher. Without updated treaties and international agreements, the competition for lunar territory and resources could quickly escalate. The moon risks becoming a new Wild West, a place where the strongest or fastest claim the spoils, and disputes are settled by confrontation rather than cooperation. To prevent this, new agreements are urgently needed, not to stifle progress or innovation, but to ensure that exploration is conducted peacefully, sustainably, and for the benefit of all humankind. These frameworks must be flexible enough to adapt to future challenges, yet robust enough to prevent conflict. We must come together to define what responsible behavior looks like on the moon, how resources should be managed, and how potential conflicts can be prevented before they arise. This will require collaboration between scientists, policymakers, industry leaders, and diplomats from around the world. Ultimately, our greatest challenge may not be technological, but diplomatic, finding common ground and building trust in a new era of space exploration. The choices we make now will shape the future of humanity's presence beyond Earth. The leap from Apollo to Artemis is a story of exponential computing power. The Apollo guidance computer was a marvel, but primitive by today's standards. Modern spacecraft boast computers millions of times more powerful, enabling autonomy and precision. Real-time data processing allows for autonomous landings and complex mission management. Intelligent rovers and advanced life support are now possible. We can explore previously unreachable lunar regions. Moore's law has empowered us to not just visit, but to live and work on the moon. The return to the moon is as much a triumph of software as of rockets. Let's take a fascinating journey through time and compare the legendary Apollo guidance computer, or AGC, to the modern smartphone you might be holding right now. The AGC was a marvel of its era, a compact computer that helped guide astronauts safely to the moon and back. But how does it stack up against the pocket-sized supercomputers we use every day? Believe it or not, your phone today has more raw computing power than all of NASA's computers combined in 1969. The devices we use for texting, streaming, and gaming are exponentially more capable than the machines that once powered humanity's greatest adventure. The AGC's processor ran at a humble 0.043 MHz, a speed that seems almost unimaginable by today's standards. In contrast, modern smartphones routinely operate at speeds exceeding 2,500 MHz, or 2.5 GHz, making them tens of thousands of times faster in raw clock speed alone. When it comes to memory, the AGC had just 32,768 bits of RAM, barely enough to store a single modern text message. Today's smartphones boast several gigabytes of RAM, which is millions of times more than what the Apollo computer had at its disposal. The entire software suite that powered the Apollo missions could fit on a single photo from your phone, or even a tiny fraction of a modern app. The storage capacity of your device dwarfs what was available to the engineers and astronauts of the 1960s. Yet, despite these limitations, the AGC's true genius was not in its speed or memory, but in its reliability and the elegance of its software. Every line of code was meticulously crafted, tested, and optimized for the most critical mission in human history. During the tense moments of Apollo 11's lunar landing, the AGC's innovative restart function saved the mission by automatically prioritizing the most essential tasks, allowing Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin to land safely on the moon's surface. The AGC was purpose-built, hardwired, and tested to perfection. Its core rope memory was literally woven by hand, ensuring that every instruction was exactly where it needed to be. This level of craftsmanship and attention to detail is almost unheard of in today's mass-produced electronics. While Armstrong's famous manual landing is often celebrated, it was actually a sophisticated fly-by-wire system, with the AGC executing the astronauts' commands in real time, blending human intuition with computer precision. The AGC's brilliance lay in its focus, reliability, and the way it seamlessly integrated with the astronauts' actions. It was a tool designed for a singular, monumental purpose, and it delivered flawlessly. Today, the Apollo guidance computer stands as a monument to engineering clarity, ingenuity, and purpose, a reminder that sometimes greatness isn't about raw power, but about doing the impossible with what you have. The new lunar race is as much about geopolitics as science. The US, China, and Russia lead, each with distinct strategies and ambitions. The US aims for a sustainable presence via Artemis and the Gateway, building international coalitions. The Artemis Accords set norms for lunar activity, contrasting with China's independent approach. Two competing frameworks are emerging, reflecting global divides. Control over water-rich lunar sites could yield strategic and economic power. Every mission now carries geopolitical weight. China's rise in space has been rapid and transformative. The CNSA's Chang'e program has achieved historic firsts, including the far-side landing and sample returns. China's goal land taikonauts and build a permanent base at the lunar South Pole. In partnership with Russia, China plans the International Lunar Research Station, ILRS. This creates a parallel track to the US-led Artemis program. Two blocs are forming, raising questions about lunar governance and potential division. China's ascent marks a new multipolar era in space. Russia's space legacy is rich, but recent decades have brought challenges. Roscosmos aims to revive lunar ambitions with new lunar missions and polar exploration. Russia's partnership with China on the ILRS pools resources and expertise. This alliance counters the US-led Artemis coalition, solidifying a bipolar lunar landscape. Competition may spur innovation, but also increases risks of conflict and misunderstanding. Without binding treaties, disputes over territory and standards threaten lunar peace. The lack of a modern lunar legal framework is a growing danger. As more actors arrive, the risk of conflict and environmental harm rises. The Moon's resources and unique environments could become flashpoints. The Outer Space Treaty forbids sovereignty, but offers no resource conflict resolution. Unregulated activity could damage the Moon's fragile scientific record. We need detailed agreements on resource management, safety, and preservation. A cosmic rulebook would ensure cooperation, stability, and responsible exploration. As we return to the Moon, competition dominates the narrative. But this is a story of humanity, not just nations or companies. The challenges are immense, and history shows cooperation is our greatest strength. The International Space Station proves what's possible when rivals unite. Collaboration on the Moon could drive innovations for Earth and foster peace. The Moon reflects our ambitions and values. Will we export conflict or choose unity and stewardship? Let's see the Moon as a shared inheritance, a foundation for a future among the stars.